Good afternoon. Welcome to mathematics class, and today we are on chapter 7 from 4 mathematics syllabus, that is linear programming. Today is date 14 May 2020. So we will continue with mathematics despite the pandemic of coronavirus. So in Form 2, we learn about forming inequalities. And we have several ways of forming equalities. And that is that we have the unknown values that we are going to use it to form. So directly we are going to see 4 things. So in this linear programming, we are going to learn about 4 subtopics, and these are, so we are going to deal in these 4 areas, and that is forming linear inequalities. We are going to form linear inequalities, as we've said, using the real life situations, like ages, like measurement, like shillings. 2 is that we are going to talk about solution of linear inequalities, solving these linear inequalities we formed in the first subtopic. Then we have solution by graphing, using graphs to solve these linear inequalities, where we are going to represent the information we have after forming the linear inequalities. We are going to use it in graph to solve. Then lastly, we are going to have optimization, finding the maximum and finding the minimum, and this is where we have the whole sweetness of linear programming. So welcome to this wonderful topic. Make yourself comfortable. Make sure you have a paper and a pen to write on. Then we can now deal on this mathematics as we always do. Welcome. So we are going to start with the first question, and that is, Yona is 5 years younger than his sister. The sum of their ages is less than 36. The sum of the ages is less than 36. If Yona's age is x years, form all the inequalities in x for this situation. So we are going to let Yona as y and Yona's sister as ys, and we are going to say the Yona, if Yona's age is x years, so the Yona's age is x years, Yona's sister is going to be x plus 5 years. Remember that Yona is 5 years younger than his sister, meaning Yona's sister is, we are going to add 5 years from Yona's age, giving us x plus 5 years. So the sum of the ages is less than 36. When we add Yona's age and Yona's sister's age, their sum is going to give us less than 36 years. So the sum of the 2 is going to be x, the Yona's age, plus Yona's sister's. So we are going to have x plus 5 is going to give us less than 36. Is going to give us less than 36 years. Therefore, this is going to give us 2x plus 5 is less than 36. And for this case, we are going to have 2x is less than 31, meaning our x is going to be less than 15.5 years. So this is how to form linear inequalities. We formed linear inequalities in real life situation where we are talking about Jonah having x years. You don't know the number or the age of Jonah, so you let that to be x. But you know that Jonah's sister, Jonah herself is 5 years younger than the sister, meaning the elder sister is x years plus 5 years, giving us x plus 5. When you add the two, Jonah and her elder sister, we have the sum giving us less than 36 years. So here we are going to use all this information to form these inequalities. And since we have another fact that since years is positive, then it means x must be greater than 0. Remember that there's nobody who has negative years. Since the day you are born, you'll always keep on adding years. So we have another inequality, and that is x is greater than 0. So we have two inequalities here already, that x is less than 15.5, and we have x is greater than 0, meaning x, remember that it is the years of Jonah. So meaning Jonah age is ranging from above more than 0 and less than 15.5. So we'll continue with example 2. Example 2. We have the perimeter of a rectangle whose length is x centimeters and width y centimeters is more than 10 centimeters. The perimeter of a rectangle whose length is x centimeters and width is y centimeters is more than 10 centimeters. Form all the inequalities connecting x and y. So we have a perimeter. We have a rectangle, We have a rectangle. We are given that length is x centimeters. Length is x centimeters and width is y centimeters. Perimeter of this rectangle is given as less than 10. So this is the rectangle. We have our length as x centimeters and width as y centimeters. Perimeter of this rectangle is not more than 10, meaning it is not more than 10. It's starting from 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10, not more than 10, meaning perimeter is, and we're given length as x and we're given width as y. So we know perimeter is given by twice the sum of these two, and our perimeter is less than 10, meaning we are going to say twice of x plus y is given as less than, not more than 10, meaning if we are going to simplify all of this by 2, we are going to have x plus y is not more than 5. This is our first inequality. The second inequality And the obvious one, which we must always start, is that the measurement of the length of this rectangle is always more than 0, meaning we have x is greater than 0, and we have another one, y is greater than 0. So we have 3 inequalities that we have formed. Remember that we were forming linear inequalities. And that is, we have x plus y is less than 5, and we also is not more than 5. X plus y is not more than 5, and we have also x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. Those are our 3 inequalities in this example 2. So in exercise 7.1, we have 2 questions, number 1 and number 2, that we're going to do. Then I'm going to give you the rest so that you're going to practice, and make sure that you always practice on this, because mathematics is about to practice. So the first one, Stephen's salary is twice as much as his wife's. The wife's salary is excess of 4,000. The sum of their monthly salaries is not more than 16,000. If the wife's salary is B shillings, form all the inequalities in B to represent this information. So what we're going to do is, so we have 2 people here, and one is Stephen and the wife. And we know that the wife earning salary of B shillings, and Stephen's salary is twice as much as the wife's salary, meaning Stephen is going to be 2B. But now the wife's salary is in excess of 4,000, and the sum of their monthly salaries is not more than 16,000 shillings, meaning when we add the 2 salaries, we are not going to get not more than 16,000 Kenya shillings. But the question is, form all the inequalities in B to represent this information. Form all the inequalities in B to represent this information. So we are going to form all the inequalities in respect to this B. So we know that Stephen's salary plus the wife's salary is going to give us not more than 16 Kenya shillings. So we're going to add, collect the like terms, we're going to get 3B is not more than 16,000. That is our first inequality. We are going to have that first inequality given in this manner. Then secondly, we know that the wife's salary is in excess of 4,000 Kenya shillings, meaning we are going to have B in excess, it is more than 4,000 Kenya shillings. See what's that? So the 2 are the required inequalities that we want in this question. Can someone, where you are in your desk, try as much as possible to form all the inequalities? But for this case, you're supposed to form the inequalities of B. So make sure that you read always the question and understand, so that you don't mess up by forming other inequalities which is not going to be used, or which is not going to be relevant to this kind of question. Number 2. This is the first one, and the second one is that in a physics test. In a physics test, George scored marks than John. We have 2 boys, George and John. The 2 together scored more than 100 marks. So we have George and we have John. And we have John. The 2 together scores more than 100 marks, with John's not less than 20. The John's marks is not less than 20, it is more than 20. If the marks scored by George and John were X and Y respectively. So X and Y marks of John form all the inequalities representing this information. So I want to give you 2 minutes to give a try, then we'll continue. So I'm very sure you are through, and based on this question, that is where we get our inequalities. We are told that George scored more marks than John. So meaning George scored more marks than John. The first one is going to be X is greater than Y. George scored more marks than John. Then again, in the second statement, the 2 together scored more than 100 marks, meaning X plus Y scored more than 100 marks. Then we continue by saying that John scored not less than 20. John scored not less than 20, meaning Y greater or equal to 20. Not less than, meaning it is greater than 20. So we'll have Y, the scores, the John score is more than 20. So these 3 are the 3 inequalities that we want. If you are correct, can you mark it right? If you fail, it means that you have to go back again and relook it. Then you give another try and make sure you get the 3 inequalities. So I want to give you an assignment in that exercise 7.1 using the same our book. I'm very sure that you can get a copy from somewhere. I'll also I'll forward the question to you later in this video. I'm going to give you a copy of this so that if you don't have, you're going to have them. So exercise 7.1, you're going to do all of them. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Those are 5 questions. Make sure you give a try. Mathematics is about trying. You've been always saying that. And it's also about practice. I wish you all the best by doing that. So we are going for a little break so that when we come back, during that break, make sure you are through with that. We will continue from that point. But more, or above all that, make sure you but above all, make sure you stay at home, wash your hands, maintain social distance, and we're going to win this war against coronavirus together. Have a nice day. Welcome back. We are going to proceed in the second session by seeing the solution of linear inequalities. We want to solve these linear inequalities, and we are going to see eventually at the end of of the every question we are going to give the range of values of these linear inequalities. Is it ranging from one point to another? Range of values. So we are going to start straight away by seeing example 3 of this topic of linear programming. Remember that in the previous video we tackled about 2 examples, example 1 and example 2. We are now in example 3 of solution of linear inequalities. In example 3, Mary is twice as old as her sister Jane. We have two sisters here. The first one is Mary, and the second sister is Jane. So the two, Mary is twice as old as his sister, who is not less than 5 years old. Jane here is not less than 5 years old, means Jane is more than 5 years old. The sum of the ages is not more than 30 years. When you add the Mary's age of Mary and Jane's age, the two is not more than 30, meaning it is 30 years and below, the sum of the two sisters. Given that Jane is X years old, Jane is X, and we are told in the statement that Mary is twice as old as Jane, meaning Mary is going to give us 2x. Given that Jane is X years old, form all the inequalities in X to represent the information, and hence we have 2 questions here to form all the inequalities of this question. Then find the range of values of X which satisfy this inequality. So we have the two sisters, that is Mary and Jane. So the first one that we are going to look at is that Jane is not less than 5 years. Is not less than 5 years. So the first one is, we are going to have X is not less than 5 years. 5 years. X is not less than 5 years, meaning it is 5 years or more. Remember that we learned this or about these signs in Form 2. Make sure you're familiar about these signs, so that at what point are you going to use greater or equal to? It means that 5 is inclusive. It is either 5 or 6 or 7, as long as it is more than 5 years. This is going to give us the first inequality. The second inequality we are going to get is about the sum of the two sisters. We are told that the sum of their ages is not more than 30 years. Meaning, if we are going to add the Jane's age and Mary, is not more than. It is either 30 years of age, or 29, or 28, or 27, or 26, as long as it is not more than. So, less or equal to 30 years. And for this case, we are going to collect the right terms. We are going to get 3x 30, so that we get x is less or equal to 10. So this one is going to give us the second inequality. Now, we have the two inequalities which satisfy this information given here, x. Now, we want to find the range of values. As you can see, in this case, x is greater than 5, or x is greater or equal to 5. we also have x is less or equal to 10. It means it's ranging from 5 all the way to 10, because here 5 is inclusive and also here 10 is inclusive. So if we are going to say, if we are going to put x that way, it means x is less or equal to 10 and also x is greater or equal to 5. Is that true? Is that information true? Is 5 is this information from 5 all the way to 10 satisfy these inequalities? So we have range of values. How many values do we have here? When we are going to give all the values here, it means that we have 5, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, we have 9, and we have 10. All these are the values. But what we require here is the range of values which satisfies this information. If you have any question, can you discuss with your friend? If you have any complaint, make sure you reach that complaint to me. We are going to answer accordingly. So we'll continue with example 4. Example 4. And it reads, the length of a room is 4 meters more than its width. So we have a room and the length of a room is 4 meters more than its width. The width is greater than 5 meters, while the perimeter of the room is not greater than 36. Given that the width of a room is b meters, so the width of a room is b meters, then the length is going to be b plus 4 meters. Find the range of values of b satisfying all the inequalities representing the given situation. So remember that the length of a room is 4 meters more than its width. The length of a room is 4 meters more than its width. The width of a room is greater than 5 meters. Width of a room is greater than 5 meters, meaning B is greater than 5 meters, greater than 5 meters. It is more than 5. It is either 5.1, 5.2, or you can just say it is 6, 7, 8. It's more than 5. It is not exactly 5. Given that the width of the room is B, find the range of values. Range of values. Range of values of B satisfying all the inequalities representing the given situation. So I want to give you another 2 minutes to try this question. And the time starts now. So I know by now you all have the answers, and we are going to try it here. We are told that the length of a room is 4 meters more than its width. The width is greater than 5 meters, while the perimeter of the room is not more than 36, meaning the perimeter of the room is not more than 36 meters. Given that the width of the room is B meters, find the range of values of B satisfying all the inequalities representing the given situation. So let us try to find the perimeter of this room. And we are going to say perimeter of this room, we know that it is twice the two sides. That is B, that is the width, plus the length. So we'll have our perimeter as 2 into 2B plus 4, where we are going to have 4B plus 8. So we are going to say 4B plus 8 is not more than 36 meters. That is, and when we solve, we are going to find, of course, we want to form the inequalities of B. So we are going to say 4B 28, which means B is not more than 7. That is the first one. That is the first information that we have. B is not more than 7 meters. But also, we were told that B is more than 5 meters. B is more than 5 meters. What is your range of values from that point? So we are going to say our B is less or equal to 7, but also B is greater than 5. So we'll have B is greater than 5. So this is the range. Our range of we satisfy these inequalities. So if we have, this is our first and this is our second, inequality, then this is our range of to represent that information. So this is the first inequality, the second inequality, and also we have this range of values. It's as simple as that. So if you have another question, if you have another revision material, I want to urge you to use that information back there at home, so that we are going to use all the resources that we have. I know it is hard now that you are at home. You may not have all the resources, but trust me, if you are going to use any material, mathematics material, especially this linear programming, if you get assistance of one person, as long as you maintain social distancing, then it will be of great help to you. Have a nice day.